Okay, right. Um, so, uh, welcome to my video. We're just gonna do a route. Um, I'm a BR Blue fan, so I can show you of it. I'd like to see it come back, really, um, but I doubt it. So, yeah, I'm a blue R BR Blue. Get there in the end. BR Blue fan. So, um, we're going to go into the Northern Trans-Pennine. Now, just before we go there, if you don't already know, if you're new to SimWorld, I'm new to SimWorld. I've only played since August. It's now October. I've got to level 163 so far. So I've put a bit of time in, but you know, we all learn at different paces, and I'm still learning. There's still lots to learn. I mean, there's things I'll probably point out in some videos if I do more than one video. But anyway, yeah, so these are the only routes I've got at the moment, and the ones which encompass BR Blue era is this Northern Trans-Pennine route that we're going to play on today, this Blackpool branches route, also this Tees Valley line route. Yeah, so the Northern Trans-Pennine route, I think that's the one. Was it Tees Valley? No, Tees Valley we're going on today. So let's have a look in the time set, and we're gonna drive the class 37. We'll try it with you can see I've already done a few. We're going to do this one here, this 6M18 Redcar to Scunthorpe. And we're going to change the date to June, when I know it will be light at that time, because there's no point in us all going, you know, doing a video in the dark, really, especially with these sunglasses on. Yeah, so here we are. So, okie dokie, we better get this train set up then, hadn't we? So get the master key on. Now, there's not really, I can't remember if the safety systems are running on this line, but they might be in small sections, so we'll put them on anyway. We got some, oh, he's bald too, like I am. So that makes two baldies in this cab. Right, so let's get this into forward. And hang on a minute. Let's get some things on. Interior lighting, no. Interior lighting, no. Instrument lights. What we got here? Tailgate. What was that? Route indicator. I think there's a spotlight somewhere, isn't there, on the front here? Is that it? Headlight. Yep. Yeah, I think that's everything in it. Yeah. So let's sort that brake out. Right, while that's doing that, why don't we take a look at what we're pulling? So it's loaded coke, I think, isn't it? Loaded coke. It's quite, looks like quite a long rake, really, doesn't it? Yeah, wow. We might struggle pulling this with just the one engine. Maybe I should have. Oh, we have got two on. We got two. We got two. Brilliant. 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 Excellent. I was just going to say. Okay, so we're ready to go. So, seem to be pulling off without any skidding. I was doing a timetable. I don't know if this is one of the loading places. I think it is. The chutes are there, aren't they? Yeah. So I was playing one of the scenarios the other day on this route, and I had to actually load these, load them up with the coke. And I didn't know that was a thing in the game, and so that was another big sort of wow, this game is brilliant, you know. So you had to carefully drive them through very slow as each hopper was getting loaded. I think the shunter's over there. So yeah, big fan of the BR Blue. I mean, I just love all this rawness, you know. It's just functional, industrial. It's a beast, you know. I do love modern day. What is perhaps mainly a lot of, you know, EMUs, DMUs, whatever you call them, and you know the stuff like the Pendolino and 350 and that. I do love driving them, and I love, you know, the way they laid out and stuff. But there's just something more earthy, isn't there? About it feels like it's a living being more than it actually being just a machine. Anyway, let's stop being romantic and move on, eh? I've got a Jack Russell sat next to me, so I've attempted to start this video for about 3 or 4 times now, and it's not gone down very well because he knows I'm on the game, and he knows I can be vulnerable, and he can perhaps get a treat out of me. So this is again, if you're new, if you're not, then you're probably not really interested in watching this anyway, maybe. But this is one of the older routes that was released when the game was kind of first getting going, and so it's perhaps not as sophisticated or as detailed in the, you know, in the detail and things. I wouldn't say that this is not detailed. I think, you know, the modelling of the carriages and rolling stock and freight and things, you know, is pretty well detailed, but you know, it's scenery really, particularly the further it goes out, obviously, the more basic it looks. But what I've got to say is despite that, it's still very playable, and I'm kind of enjoying this Transpennine and Tees Valley, Tees Valley quite often. I mean, you know, this new um, routes come out, the West Coast Main Line, and I love it. But I've been kind of playing on here more because I am a BR Blue, I suppose. But yeah, so you know, even though some of the graphics might be questionable in the scenery, um, it still captures the essence of that era. If you were living, if you come from that area, I mean, my childhood in the 80s, you know, I lived near a place called Coltalls in North Wales, and you know, there was quite a lot of traffic, freight, you know, rolling stock and oil and whatever else, coal going through North Wales. Um, and I used to go and sit on the bridge and near my home and watch all these trains go by, thundering past, thrashing and making, you know, those really impacting noises that they make. Um, I'm kind of losing my trail of thought here because I switched off the stop markers, so I can't visually see exactly where I'm meant to be stopping. So I'm having to rely on that top HUD in the top left-hand corner there on how far I've got before I stop, or rather need to stop, or try to stop. But I'm okay going at this speed at the moment. It looks like it's 40 miles. It's at the red light anyway, so it's wanting us to stop at the red light. We may have to wait there for a little bit. This is what I like about, you know, I love doing the passenger stuff, but this stuff, you know, it's right, so we come into this yellow light here now. Listen to that squealing. The bogies going round the bend there. I have got the Somerset route. That whole route is a nightmare. You're going along, the top speed's 20 miles an hour, and I think most of it's 15, but it feels like 5. In fact, there's actually sections of it that are 5. It's ridiculous, but I don't really mind here because we're not. I don't think we're going to be going at this speed until we get out of this industrial area. Right, let's just see that my brakes are working. Now I've got to remember I've got all this weight, so I've got to try and use my experience to kind of judge this now. Try and not panic. Well, there we go. We managed it. Right. Um, recharge then. So, yeah, you know, that when you're driving with freight, or goods or whatever you want to call it, um, you've really got to try and find a feel for, you know, if they were empty, it would have been a different story stopping then. You know, and if you're not carrying anything, there's so many variables and variants, you know, with the, like, you're going uphill or going downhill. Um, so it's kind of different every time, and I can understand why train drivers have specific routes that they know inside out, because not only do they know the route inside out, but they will be very experienced at different types of weather in different areas of track. You know, I mean, this time of year, autumn, you know, things are a little bit more slippier, and you know, in a car it's a lot easier to come to a stop even in those conditions, but in a train it's much more of a delicate art to bringing that train to a stop. So I kind of really look up to, you know, train drivers in what they do. They definitely are worth every penny they are paid, I feel anyway. I mean, not only do they have to have all this route knowledge and, you know, experience that they build up, they've got to be constantly aware of changes, you know, and regulations and things, and people's safety, you know, because you know, you can easily knock someone over, can't you? You know what I mean, or whatever. Anyway, what am I rambling on about? So, is this speed limit constant now for some time? The next one apparently is 55. So, we'll just coast for a little bit. Oh, I didn't know there was a 60 coming up. Oh yeah, we got a class 101 passing by. They are fantastic to drive. They're difficult. They're probably the most difficult train to drive in Train Sim World. But they are. I really like driving it. It really puts you to the test. The most difficult thing is bringing it to us smoothly to a stop, you know, and not overshoot the station. or you know, if there's a red light at the end of that platform, there's no forgiving. Then, you know, it's game over, literally. Yeah, so I'll try and do a video in that at some point if I can. I should have done an outside shot, shouldn't I? When that 101 was going past. Isn't that beautiful? That is just beautiful. Oh, look at that, with a road on the side there. Wow, that's pretty good. I need to be careful, we've got a 55 coming up, but we're going to be alright, I think. Yeah. Wow! Right, concentrate on what we're doing. So we're going back up to 60 in a moment. I mean, I'm totally unfamiliar with this place, this Tees Valley. I've never been there, but you know, they all have that kind of similar vibe to them, don't they? I mean, the industrial area of North Wales wasn't as big or as huge as this, but it still had this essence, you know. And it just sucks you right back in there. You can almost smell the oil, you know, and the diesel and the smoke. So we dropped to 50 in a mile, so we're alright at the moment. Got a bit of a cement and it's like some kind of well, did we recycle back in those days? Wait, not, you know, there's this obsession with recycling now, I understand it, fine. Yeah, but ooh, we're nearly speeding. Oh, look at that. That was a class 20 in blue. Oh my god, I've not seen that before on here. Wow. Oh my god. See how exciting I get over this game. It's just so nostalgic. It's just amazing. I wonder why it's in blue, because it's not. I'm wondering whether it's. I reckon I might have downloaded that livery. We've got 35 coming up. Oh, we're speeding as well. We're going a bit fast here, for my liking. Just should do it. Those you've really got to keep an eye on those speed changes at the top there, because when you change track, then all the speed limits ahead are different on that next track, and you can get caught out, you know, because that next track might have an immediate 15 miles an hour or 20 miles an hour, and you're completely stuffed. And this is where, again, even playing this game, you've got to develop your route knowledge, but that's something which is going to take me quite a bit of time, because I've just got to play it and play it and play it, and I'm kind of jumping from route to route at the moment, and so it's taking longer to familiarize myself with speed limits, you know. Nice sunset. If this was an hour later, we might have seen more of an orange type of end to this video. Right, my controller is vibrating like hell here, because I'm playing on Xbox, and I can switch it off, the vibration off, which I normally do when I play Call of Duty. Can you believe it? 50 odd years old and playing Call of Duty. Well, try to. I'm even worse at that. You know, it's anyway. Let's not talk about Call of Duty. Right. I've not done this timetable before. I've been on this route, but I can't. I can't really remember any of it really yet. Some little bits, but I know a lot of the you know, the well-known YouTubers. They a lot of them play without that HUD on the bottom right-hand side. They tend to just rely on the top HUD with minimal information. I have tried using that and I did like it, but for some reason I'm struggling with some of the locos. And I just find it easier to refer to that. But I do look at these gauges occasionally, particularly on the 101. I find the gauges, the actual gauges, more helpful than the HUD. Right, so we can increase speed, but I see little point really, because we've got to drop to 20 in a minute, and you know, all I imagine a real train driver wouldn't go through all the faff, you know, of picking up speed and then reducing it again. It's just a waste of energy and, you know, pressure on the engine and everything, unless he's up against the clock, you know. I'm still gonna have to drop some speed anyway. I might even speed here. I don't know if I'm gonna drop it in time. Just done it. We've got to take it down to 15 now. We're already there. So how's it all looking? Ooh, God, look at those gas storage. God, those take me back. I didn't, you see it? Didn't see them from inside the cab. But yeah, let me just have a look at them again. Oh my God. We used to have 2 of those down near where I lived. What are those over there? Are they cranes? Oh, they're dock cranes, are they? Are they dock cranes? Can't tell properly at the moment. Oh God, I love it. No, they're not cranes. They are some kind of... Oh, they're for a bridge. It's pretty nicely modelled, that, isn't it? So this bridge, which I can't get through, hey, that looks cool. Wow. Anyway, let's try and not balls this up. We've only got a mile to our stop now. I think that might be the actual whole journey. Now, I remember this corner from an earlier run along this line. This does come back to memory. But as my excitement's shown, I wasn't aware of all of that. Can we change the camera to a different camera? That's it. Wow. Yeah, it's quite a decent rake, that. Lovely. They do call it a rake, don't they? A rake of wagons, hoppers. Right. I'm by no means I know little bits about trains and that from what I learned from doing a model railway in the loft, which is quarter to half built. But I've not been able to work on it for various reasons. But stumbled across this, and you think, oh my god, do I really need a train set when you've got this? You know, because this is just amazing. So in this video, obviously, we've not had a chat with our companion here. He seems quite jolly though. He seems more jolly-ish than some of them I've had in here. So we've been coasting along, folks. I haven't had, you know, I think the throttle might be on. Yeah, it is. Because I do think the throttle does provide a little bit of. Oh God. My mouse nearly just went. For my laptop. Are we still recording? Right. So we've not got very far now. My dog's actually gone to sleep. Thank God. Gee. Bless him. So we've got a red light coming up as well. What I've noticed with a lot of these routes, they end with a red signal. So, and I have done it, you know, I've not been able to stop it in time, and we've had a spad, and that's it, the whole game. You've just spent half an hour, or whatever it was, and you've lost it. So it looks like we're stopping very shortly. Better start taking this down, I think. Can't really see that red light very well. I don't know if you can see it better than me. I'm being a little bit overcautious here, aren't I? But there is a lot of weight, and it's not as if I'm picking up passengers. Not quite sure what they are in the background over there. They look like tankers from here, tanks. that's the thing. I've noticed with the older games, they just instantly end. There's no kind of like, oh, yeah, that was good. It's just instantly to the performance breakdown. That went okay, really, didn't it? I did speed once, didn't I, somewhere? Just ever so slightly. Not the end of the world in BR Blue days. I don't think it is these days, but if it was a regular thing where you were going the odd, well, it is more strict these days, isn't it? Anyway, I'm not going to have a debate about it now because, yeah, um, I enjoyed doing that. I hope you enjoyed me rambling along, and hopefully, I'll do some more of these. So, if you're interested in somebody rambling on for a little journey across the land in the old train, particularly from the 80s. I will be doing other stuff as well, but particularly the 80s stuff I'll be focusing on mainly because that's what I like. But anyway, um, like and subscribe if you can. Otherwise, thank you very much and goodbye.